Hey there, guys, and welcome back to the Two Players Podcast, episode 47. We're going to be talking about the general news, and we're going to get into that Star Wars Battlefront and EA controversy. Then we're going to give our predictions for the Game Awards, and then games we've been playing, and then we're just going to close out the show. Actually, Walking Dead talk. Almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
So, first piece of news is that the Xenoblade Chronicles Direct happened. When we reported on it, it was literally announced that morning of, so... the direct happened, and I pretty much just wrote down some notes on the important stuff. So the main thing that they showed was just more gameplay, which if I'm gonna be honest, it kind of looked good. I was sort of more intrigued, but some of the details that came out, I'm gonna just list them off real quick. Is that free Japanese voiceover DLC to those who want it, a expansion pass from December 2017 to fall 2018. That's how long the expansion pass will go, aka their season pass. There's gonna be a Zelda side quest in Breath of the Wild to get Rex's costume on November 9th, which has already passed, and then the game will be launching on December 1st, which is less than a month from now. So, how did you think of this direct, Damian?
I liked it a lot. It brought a lot of confidence back in this game for me, because at first I really wasn't too sure, mostly after the E3 stuff. I was just like really worried. I'm like, what even is this game right now? But after seeing a lot of the gameplay, I could say that it looks really good. It's like a mix of Persona and like the Xenoblade combat, and that's what a lot of previewers were also saying. And they said like it's slow at first, the combat, but like that's like every Xenoblade game anyway. Then it really ramps up later. Same thing with the story. I heard it's actually a lot better than what it looks like from the trailers, and I heard the voice acting does get a little better as you just play through the game, because the voice acting was really bad.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Alright, that was just a fucking scam call. What the fuck?
Nice.
Alright, so you want me to pick it up?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, pretty much the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Direct, I was really surprised when I was watching it. I was like, wow, this game actually looks really good, and I was really interested in it. And, yeah, like, that's pretty much it. I'm probably not going to pick it up at launch unless it's, like, getting ratings like how Zelda and Mario were. I might get it at that point, but who knows? So,
I mean, this basically pushed me. It's like, I'm probably going to pre-order it once the reviews come out now, because I really wasn't too sure, but now I'm pretty sure that this game's going to be really good. So, I'm really happy about that.
I'm just not experienced within the Xenoblade game, so I'm going to just wait and see what happens, so.
Yeah, another good Switch game, though, so like that's great.
Yep.
Alright, so we got a new Deadpool 2 trailer, or teaser, more like it.
Yeah.
Where it's basically just being Bob Ross and making a bunch of jokes. And it was really funny, and there was some clips where it showed some of the movie.
Yeah.
Like really brief, like less than 10 seconds. But besides that, it was just mostly just like a joke teaser, and it was hilarious, but you know.
Yeah, it was actually like a pretty good teaser. I was like laughing throughout most of it, actually.
Yeah, it was really funny.
So, I just can't wait for this movie because, you know, Deadpool 1 was pretty good, surprisingly good to a lot of people. Yes. And now Deadpool 2 is looking to be maybe even better. So we'll just have to go and wait and see. Hopefully it's not worse or like marginally worse. You know, hopefully there's like a debate between which one's better. So, yeah.
I think it's going to be good. Like, I don't think they're going to mess it up too bad.
Yeah, I don't think so either because Fox with their movies in terms of like Marvel stuff. First it was Deadpool, and then Logan, and now Deadpool 2.
But now they're doing good. Then they do Fantastic Four.
Yeah. We don't talk about that. So, all right. So the next piece of news is that ARMS adds a new fighter, Miss Ango.
I always think it's saying Missing No. Like I'm like, oh no, that's not what that is.
But yeah, I'm honestly surprised that Nintendo's still supporting this game, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they said they want to do like a whole year of free, or more than that, of free updates like they did with Splatoon. I mean, I think this game's gonna go the same way Splatoon 1 did for me, where I didn't really get Splatoon 1 until everything basically came out for it, like all that free content.
Yeah.
So I think I'm probably gonna be the same way with ARMS, because I think I'm a lot softer with ARMS than like a lot of us in our friend group, where people just say like, it's okay. I actually really do like ARMS. Like when I played the Test Punch, I really liked it a lot. But I think it's just like too little content for $60, and it's not on sale on Black Friday anywhere from what I'm seeing. So
yeah,
it's like
a lot of Nintendo Switch stuff is not on sale. I know that there's a bunch of 3DS games on sale for Black Friday.
Rabbids is on like $30 on
$30
Walmart.
at Walmart. I was contemplating on getting it. I might not, because by the time I get there, it probably won't be there anymore. So
that's true. I don't know if they're gonna have online stuff sales, because I'm not gonna try.
Yeah, but, Cyber Monday. I'm not trying that either.
But anyway, like it's just like I think there's just still too little content in the game. Like adding new fighters is cool and all, but I think the game just needs more modes or something, like to make it more interesting. Like more single player modes, or like I don't know, just more multiplayer modes. I guess it's hard to say.
I'm not exactly sure what this game needs, because when they release the trailer for this new fighter, it has like less than 200,000 views on the Nintendo YouTube channel. So like, it's a little sad. So I'm not exactly sure if like they're seeing on how much of a drop rate of players there are for this game, because I don't know a lot of people who are playing this game still, to be honest. So it's just a matter of if they'll continue making, another game, maybe like what they did with Splatoon, or like they'll just keep updating it like they are right now. So I think it's just weird, because like fighting games don't really need like a Splatoon equivalent. Like there wasn't like a market for that really, because like most fighting games are like T-rated. So like with shooters, like third-person shooters and first-person shooters, most of them are M-rated. So like Nintendo took a very niche market where it was like, kids who want to play shooters, and they made their own game of it, and it was actually pretty good. I'm not saying ARMS is bad, but like there's no need for ARMS, I feel, right now.
No, I see what you're saying, but I don't know, I think ARMS adds stuff that it's fun to play. Like I like it.
Yeah, it's definitely like the most unique fighting game out right now. I'll definitely say.
But I feel like I don't know. Like I feel like it needs more than just new characters.
Yeah, it probably just needs like a lot more different things within it.
Like if
they're
this
probably
game
developing right now. Hopefully.
If this game is like $30, I'll probably buy it. But like right now, like for $60, it just isn't enough stuff in it to like justify it. So
I don't know either.
But there's another fighter, Dragon Ball Z fighter, or Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I still don't like that name, but whatever. They had Adult Gohan, Gotenks, and Kid Buu.
Yep. This was leaked ahead of a magazine's release. So, I am very excited to go and see these three characters in it, especially Gotenks, because he was like one of my personal favorites when I was younger. Yeah. Adult Gohan has become a favorite of mine now as I've gotten older.
I don't like Adult Gohan as much, because he's kind of just like I don't know. I like Teen.
I mean, Gohan, because like after like the Cell Saga, like his role
dropped.
as like it really did drop, especially in Super. But I heard that his role got picked up a bit in one of the sagas, so I'm not exactly sure. I'm pretty ignorant within Dragon Ball Super right now, but yeah. It's just very nice for them to go and add more favorite fighters among fans, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, how many characters are in this game now? That's a lot, right?
Yeah, now there is a shit ton, if I can say that. Especially since they are doing this like season pass thing as well. So I'm not exactly sure if after these three how much the total is. But I'm pretty sure that it should be like a handful of characters, if I could say that, because I'm not just gonna throw a number out there and it's gonna be like too high or too low. So
right. Yeah, but it looks great. Like I can't wait for that game.
Yep. I just want to go and see on how good it is, because it is retailing at $60, and I'm not the biggest fighting gaming or fighting game fan. So.
But I haven't played a good Dragon Ball Z fighter in like forever. So.
Yeah, that too. So. All right. So the next piece of news is that Detective Pikachu movie actually has a actor signed on now, Justice Smith. I've never heard of him, but he's been part of certain things. I think he was part of Paper Towns and the Get Down on Netflix. So
I have no idea.
I don't know who this guy is, but like news regarding this movie to begin with is like wow, because we haven't heard anything from this movie in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't even know. Wait, weren't they supposed to make a game or something? Wasn't there like Detective?
Yeah, I think they were supposed to make a game or something like that. And, this movie was a tie-in to it. So there's still like not a lot of details regarding those two right now.
Yeah.
So
because I know. Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be a game or something. Like, I don't know what's going on with this like sub series. It's really weird because Pikachu like talks and it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't really know what they're doing with this, but I mean, good for them, I guess. All right, so the Super NES Classic is outselling the PS4 and Xbox One in October, which is like crazy. Like, I didn't even like how are people getting this console first of all? And I was outselling the PS4 and Xbox One.
It literally just keeps selling out every month. So like it outsold it in September as well. So like what happens is when they released it, all of the stock's gone like instantly. But with PlayStation 4 and Xbox Ones, they're still sitting on shelves.
Yeah.
So, and then this month again, when they were doing restocks across different retailers and stuff like that, like recently Walmart online, they've been restocking them at like 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And like, it was like 2 minutes after, it sold out like instantly. I was like, oh shit.
God damn. I mean,
so,
I also hopes that it's like $70 compared to like 300 or whatever, how much PS4 it is.
That's it.
And, you know, nostalgia. So.
That also helps.
So it doesn't really surprise me that it's selling better than those two right now, but you know, it's just, could I have one Nintendo? Like,
yeah, there's still like so many people out there who still don't have one, including ourselves. Like I probably should have bought one when I was in that GameStop at one of the malls, but I just didn't have the money at the time because I was like spending it on different things, and like I didn't expect to get one to begin with. So maybe I should have bought it when I was at that mall, but it's probably not there anymore. But I would imagine that Nintendo's just gonna keep doing restocks at different retailers. Like I imagine that they're just gonna keep doing that.
Yeah.
Hopefully throughout the first quarter of next year, because I think at that point everyone should have one, or there's still people buying them and reselling them on eBay, and then that's not healthy for the market. So
yeah.
All right, so now let's get into our big controversial talk about Star Wars Battlefront 2 and EA. So do you want to give them the rundown on pretty much what's going on?
Yeah, so Battlefront 2 came out. And basically, even before, like, during the summer, they were showing a lot of, like, during the open beta, I should say, there was a lot of talks that the game was basically pay to win with the star cards and stuff, where you could basically just get, like, better aim or, like...
Oh, yeah, better aim. Like, that's the main one. Everyone's like, what the hell?
Yeah, like, better aim and stuff. And it also takes, like, 40 hours to unlock, like, a single, like, hero or whatever. Because like they want you obviously to buy loot crates and to like actually grind it out in game takes like a whole work week of you just playing like 8 hours a day just to unlock a single character. Obviously this didn't fly with people at all, and people got really mad for once, and like EA actually had to do something. So I know like today, or was it yesterday, they actually took down...
It was yesterday night. They temporarily
took down the in-game shop. I think only for like a day though. Like they're not gonna put it down for that long.
They're not gonna put it down for that long because they're just doing this as a act of like, hey guys, we messed up. Can you still buy our game? But
and like I'm not.
Yeah, I had no interest within Battlefront 2, but one of our friends does, and I'm like, I mean, it's EA we're talking about here. Like just because they turned it off now doesn't mean they won't turn it back on later. And like if you buy it because of this act, you're just giving into their their strategy of what they want you to do. It's so like my opinion on this whole thing is just that microtransactions has gotten out of hand, and EA has shown us that.
Yeah, I feel like if like I'm not gonna buy a game obviously, but I feel like they have to change the whole like star card system, the whole progression system.
They just have to change mainly the progression system, I feel. Because like taking 40 hours to unlock like Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader is too much time, really.
It's like you're literally paying $60 for a free-to-play game.
I feel like that even half of that's too long as well. So like maybe like at most 10 hours. I think at best maybe 7 to 8 or something like that.
I think it should at least be like maybe like 5 hours like of like constantly playing. Like 40 hours to unlock one character for a game you paid $60 for is like actually dumb. Like it's so bad. Like this is max EA greed. Like it's like I've never seen it so bad before. Where it's like they basically made a full price AAA game into a mobile game. Like it's insane. Like I've never seen anything this greedy in my life.
Yeah. People who like did the math, they took like a couple thousand hours to like unlock everything, or like I don't even know how much money within microtransactions you would have to do to unlock everything. So like it's a little ridiculous that like they thought that they could get away with this by people having their pre-orders, and you know they got it early because you know you pre-order it, you get it early, you got to play it on Tuesday. Then all this news broke out from those people who played it, was like, wait, it takes like 40 hours to unlock stuff still. These microtransactions are ridiculous and insane. And like the fact that they they thought that they could do an AMA to like explain everything, or like, you know, talk to people.
I didn't actually read it, but was it like it was pretty bad,
much
right?
Pretty much every single time one of the developers or someone part of this AMA wrote something, it got downvoted to hell. Just like the comment, the comment that has the most downvotes ever. Every single time someone would comment on their dev team, it would get downvoted. So like the mods had to like take their answers and like link them to the top. So just to go and click on one of the first ones here, one of the comments, it has negative 12K points. So just to imagine that that's across all of them, that's a little insane. And also the Metacritic user scores out of 1 just because everyone's just bombarding it and being like, this is so stupid. And everyone can agree that this is stupid. Like, there's no way to defend EA. I mean, like, obviously it looks like it's a good functioning game, but the things surrounding that game, the microtransactions, the progression system, all that stuff is just like not okay.
Yeah, like, it's just like, I don't understand why they thought this was okay, or why people wouldn't make a fuss about it. I guess because no one really did before. Like, everyone was sort of just okay with it. Like, the mass consumer base was just going to buy the game anyway, no matter how scummy this, like, the practices were. But I feel like this one was so overblown. Like, they wanted to see how far they could get away with this stuff. And it finally, finally backfired, and they're like, "All right, we made a mistake. We went too far." Where even like the normal consumer who doesn't even like know about this stuff too much knows that this is awful, and that they're actually like it's gonna hurt the sales of this game. And I think it has. Like, I don't think this game is gonna be selling as well.
I'm pretty sure that a lot of people canceled their pre-orders, and like I feel like that we saw part of this within the first Battlefront, because Battlefront was not even like a finished game or something like that. Like, it didn't have like a lot of features or something.
It was very bare bones. Like, there was like nothing in that game, like besides like just like the multiplayer, and the multiplayer got stale like super quickly.
Yeah,
what I've heard.
That's what I heard as well.
While this game, like, I saw reviews for it, and the game does look like good. Like, it looks decent.
Yeah,
but it's like, you know, with all this other stuff going around, it just makes it like super unappealing. Like, and
the fact that you're just giving money straight to EA is sort of just like, you're just giving into the problem, really.
It just makes me mad that like Disney literally could have gained the rights to any other person for Star Wars games and would have been happy, but it gave it to EA. I'm like, why did you do that?
I mean, like, EA probably walked up with like a huge stack of cash, and they were like, all right.
Like, if you wanna play a good Battlefront 2, just play the one from like 2005, because that one is still great. Like, I love that game. It just makes me sad that like they've ruined the Battlefront name. Like, I love the first two on the PS2, but they had to go and ruin it with this garbage. My God, man. I mean, like we said, we weren't gonna buy the game to begin with, but like this, you just like, it just gives us more of a reason why we're not buying it, and it gives everyone else a reason on why they shouldn't buy it. Obviously, there's still gonna be people who are like, man, I don't give a fuck, you know, like I just want to have fun and play, you know, a Star Wars game or whatever. You know, yeah,
like,
I mean, it's their money. They could do what they want. But still, like,
it's their money, but like they're making that conscious decision. The fact that, you know, all of this stuff has been going on around this, you know, like they're just making that conscious decision. Like, yep, I'm gonna give money to EA, and you know, hopefully that everyone else doesn't, because I'm trying to have fun here or whatever. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like, you could do what you want, but it's like, you really want to pay like $100 more just to unlock like Vader or something. Like, I don't think anyone wants to do that. So I'm glad everyone's putting the foot down on this game.
Yeah,
even though it's Star
Wars.
There
was even like a huge post on r/gaming where it was like, PSA, don't buy Star Wars Battlefront still. They can still turn on the microtransactions later, which it says in that post that they will in the future. Yeah. So, still just like, don't do that.
Yeah, so it's just disappointing because the game again looks beautiful and like it sounds great, and the gameplay is like pretty decent, but it's all ruined because of like this greedy business stuff. So it's like it's just a shame, man. It just
like
makes
I said,
me sad.
The game looks great, but everything surrounding it just makes it look even worse.
Yeah.
So it just pretty much just ruins the game pretty much. So like hopefully once the numbers come out, we see that the sales are really low, because if they're not, that means people are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. What they're like shouting and telling others to do on the internet, they're actually not doing it. Because like I feel like at this point almost everyone should have been informed who's at least into gaming, like you go on Twitter and stuff like that, you should at least know, Twitter, Reddit, whatever, you should know what's going on with this EA Star Wars Battlefront situation. Because like at first when this story broke, I was like, what the hell is going on? Is EA just doing a bunch of dumb stuff? And yep, they were. So
yep, it's just like, I mean, for us it's pretty common, like, oh, EA doing something really bad again. But for most people, this is like, what is this? This is a shock. And like, I already knew this was gonna happen, but I'm glad it got so bad that everyone decided to like work together and like bring them down. So I'm happy about this, but it's still really sad that it had to happen to this game. But whatever, I kind of expected it. So.
All right, now let's get into the Game Award nominees, because those were revealed. So what we're pretty much going to do is go on the official Game Awards website, go to the awards category, and just go each one and try to make our prediction, or like make our preference on what we would want to win, and then if it's the same as like what we think is also going to win. So like our preference and then our prediction. So first up, Game of the Year. So Game of the Year is definitely something that I think Damian's going to be dwindling on, because there's like 3 games here that he knows.
Yeah, this is hard, man. What the hell?
But for me, so it's Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, PUBG, Persona 5, and Horizon Zero Dawn. I recently just bought Horizon, but I haven't played it yet, but I would imagine that would definitely be on some people's list, but I feel like that one's the furthest away from getting the Game of the Year award.
Oh, but yeah. I feel like the one that obviously shouldn't be here is PUBG, but even the PUBG guy's like, why?
Yeah, but I feel like that this one has the potential to get it. PUBG, just because of how big it was and how much it exploded. So I feel like that this is definitely like top 2 within Game of the Year, but in my opinion, I think it's either going to be Mario or Zelda. Definitely. So I'm leaning a little bit towards Mario because, I like Mario a lot more than Zelda. I said this previously, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like Mario might take it just because of, a lot more people I feel like could, connect with Mario and stuff like that. I don't know.
For me, I mean, I would love Persona 5 to win. I know it's not going to win.
Yeah, probably won't.
And I'm sort of leaning with Persona 5 being my personal Game of the Year just because of how much I really like that game. But I think, like, obviously Zelda and Mario are also, like, the other two that I'm, like, I don't know, man. But the one that I think might win is probably going to be Mario, because I think Mario had, like, the most praise I've ever seen in a video game ever. Because Zelda, people really like Zelda, but, people still have some problems with it, like the whole weapon system and stuff like that. But I think with Mario, everyone just agreed that it's just, like, a good game, like, a great game. So, like, I think Mario is probably going to win that. Or PUBG.
If PUBG wins, the developers are going to go on stage and be like, guys, what the hell?
Yeah. So, I think Mario might win, though.
Yeah. I feel like Mario might win. If Zelda wins, I'll be fine with it, but I just have a feeling that Mario is going to win it.
Yeah, these are my 3 Game of the Years I was going to say anyway. It was Zelda, Mario, and Persona 5 for me, so that's really hard. So, but I think Mario's going to win it.
All right. Next category is Best Game Direction. So, awarded to the game studio for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
I think Zelda should win this because I feel like it did the most to really innovate. Like, with Mario, it's mostly like 64.
Yeah, I don't think Mario's gonna win this.
Yeah, like Mario's mostly just like 64, just like bigger. Horizon is just like, again, just an open world game, and you could say that with Zelda too. But I felt like it really deviated from the typical Zelda formula and made something really special. Wolfenstein 2 is just it's an FPS, And it's a good one, but I'm just saying. And Resident Evil 7 actually could win that too, because
I feel like, in my opinion, Resident Evil 7's might win this.
Yeah, Resident Evil 7 really changed a lot for Resident Evil also, where it's like a FPS and it's like more horror based again. Yeah. So it's either of those two. It's either Zelda or Resident Evil, because I felt like those two innovated a lot for the series.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat as you, but I'm leaning a little bit towards more Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, I might. I like Resident Evil 7 to win something.
I'm not hating on Zelda, by the way, to those listening. It's just that I feel like Resident Evil 7's game direction was just a little bit better.
Yeah.
But that's just me. That's just my own personal preference.
All right, so best narrative.
For outstanding storytelling and narrative development. I don't know any of these games.
Persona 5? Like, I was like super confused. I'm like, where's Persona 5? Because that's with what?
Yeah, I don't know any of these games, by the way.
All right, so Nier, I know Nier is kind of like a clusterfuck, but people like it a lot. Like in terms of story, like,
I heard
it's
that
crazy.
Too. Yeah.
It's crazy because it wants to be crazy. Wolfenstein 2 story is really good, I heard. Horizon, I think, wasn't that special. Hellblade, that was a pretty like weird like PTSD simulator or whatever, or schizophrenic simulator. And Whatever Remains of Edith Finch is also like a walking sim. I heard it was good though. Again, I don't really know. I'm really going Nier because
I have no idea who's gonna win this. It's literally a coin flip for me. So
yeah.
But yeah, we'll just move on to the next one. Best art direction for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. Just looking at all these, I feel like Cuphead's going to win it. Maybe Zelda, but that would definitely be like a outrage on Twitter and social media if something like that would happen. But I feel like Cuphead's going to win it.
Persona 5 is stylish as hell. Like, it's a very nice looking game. But Cuphead, this was literally made for Cuphead. If Cuphead doesn't win this, I'll be so mad.
Yeah, if Cuphead doesn't win this, there's definitely going to be some outrage because Cuphead just looks so amazing. And, everything was hand drawn and, that old school animation style and everything. So,
yeah. All right, so best score in music. This one's also hard for me. I'm sorry. I don't know why Zelda's here. Zelda had no music. But in terms of Destiny 2 actually has an amazing soundtrack. Cuphead has an amazing soundtrack. Mario has an amazing soundtrack. And Persona is just amazing. Nier is also really good too, I heard. But this one, I have no idea. This is a hard one for me, man.
For me, I liked Mario's soundtrack, but I feel like Cuphead might win it.
I really like Cuphead's.
Yeah, Cuphead's soundtrack is definitely pretty good.
I'll say it's between Persona and Cuphead for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea either. Just because like music in games is not like my biggest thing, because I'm just like, music's there, but like Mario's soundtrack's pretty good, but Cuphead, even when I died and had to listen to the same music or whatever, I didn't care. I honestly did not care. So, but let's move on to best audio design. So recognized for best in-game audio and sound design. I feel like that this could go to Resident Evil, like strongly in my opinion.
Yeah, it could go either to Resident Evil or again to Hellblade, because Hellblade had a lot of like those weird like I don't know if you heard much about this game, but it's basically just like this character is like losing her mind, and she just hears like a bunch of voices everywhere and stuff, and like it's really effective in that regard. So I feel like that's also like that it could have a good chance of winning that. But Resident Evil 7 also is like yeah, that has some good sound in it.
Yeah, because like that game, you're just in a house, and the sound in that game was definitely very messed up. Like I didn't play the game myself, but I watched someone else play it, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, man, I'm ready for the jump scare. Yeah.
So that one's also hard too. I'd probably say Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, same here.
Best performance.
Half of these are like
Uncharted,
Uncharted, Horizon, Wolfenstein, and then Hellblade. Maybe the Hellblade actress will win it. I just voted one of the Uncharted ones for me because I'm like, I don't know anyone else. I mean, Ashley Birch, but like I didn't play Horizon, so.
I heard Christian played it, and he said she's obviously I like her. But he said she does get a little annoying because she talks a lot in Horizon. So it's just like, all right, I get it. Because every time you do something, she's like, I'm going to pick up this branch. It's really different from like Link, where he doesn't say anything while she says like everything. I mean, Horizon's still a great game, but yeah, I don't know about that.
All right, so I think it's going to go to the Hellblade actress, though.
She might, yeah.
just from what you've been saying about the game and stuff, because all of these other games I haven't like heard anything like weird about it, you know, because like Uncharted The Lost Legacy is sort of like a, you know, run of the mill Uncharted game, but it's a spin-off. So
yeah.
All right, so games for Impact.
So this is indie.
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't know any of these games, so I literally just went with Life is Strange.
Oh, really? Nine in the Woods is like really good, I heard.
Yeah, I don't know any of these games, so my vote was definitely not informed.
I think Nine in the Woods actually might win, because I know people were saying that game is like actually really good, and I really want to play it also. But again, Life is Strange, because, you know, obviously we're in that series, so
yeah,
like we know about it. So
everything else here, I'm like I have no knowledge of pretty much. So
yeah, so I don't know. I'd probably give it to Life is Strange just because, you know, obviously I played it, but I heard Night in the Woods is really good. So I don't know. All right, so best ongoing game. This one's basically just like multiplayer stuff. Warframe's actually here, which is surprising.
Yeah, I think it's because of that big update for Warframe.
Oh yeah. Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, Grand Theft Auto Online. That should not be there because that game is scar. Destiny 2 and PlayerUnknown. But I think PUBG might win.
In my opinion, it's a toss-up between PUBG and Overwatch.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like I love Warframe and Overwatch a lot. PUBG I never played. Rainbow Six Siege, actually, I'm gonna give credit because that game is really sticking on with a solid player base.
A lot of people are actually still playing that game, so.
And Destiny 2, I actually like Destiny 2 a lot, but like, you know, I can see how
the best ongoing game though, you know, it's not like that worthy. So I feel like it's not a toss up between Overwatch and PUBG. I'm leaning a little bit more towards PUBG just because of how much the player base is right now, and you know how popular the game is overall. So that might just go to PUBG, but it could go to Overwatch or any of these other games. Surprisingly, hopefully not GTA Online, because I feel like
I really hope not. I'll be pretty happy with any of them, but GTA Online. Hopefully that doesn't win. All right. So best mobile game. I'm just gonna give it to Fire Emblem Heroes because I think I have the most fun playing that.
I don't know any of these other games.
I don't know the other three, and I don't
know Old Man's Journey, Monument Valley. God damn, I can't read. Hidden Folks, and then Mario Run. I mean, like, Mario Run's so bare bones. At least with Fire Emblem Heroes, you get the full game when you download it. So
I still like enjoyed it. Like, it was fun.
Yeah, I still enjoyed, you know, Mario Run, but I feel like Fire Emblem Heroes is just a much better game for mobile.
Yeah.
It just fits with that mobile sort of style. So it might go to Fire Emblem Heroes, but it definitely could go to any of these other three games that we have no idea about. So best handheld game. I think that these are literally all 3DS games. Yep.
Yeah, and look, three of them are actually ones I really want to play. Right now I'm playing I'm going to talk about in the games we've been playing, but I've been playing Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valencia, and it's like really good. Like, I like it a lot. I actually really want to play Ever Oasis, and Monster Hunter Stories actually heard was like really good. Like, I might get that instead of the new Pokemon game, because literally Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is just Sun and Moon. So it's like,
hey man, still getting high ratings, so you can't blame it.
I mean, I play every Pokemon game, so I'm probably gonna buy it anyway. But I know for you, did you finish Samus Returns?
No, because I am. I mean, like, I like it, but like, there's just other games that I wanted to play at the moment, you know, like Mario and Sonic Forces even, because I wanted to see on how bad that game was. But maybe I'll pick up Samus. Like, I do this with a lot of my 3DS games. Like, I start them, but I don't finish them.
Right.
So I still haven't been finished the last Fire Emblem game before Shadows.
Fates. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about Fates for a little bit when we get up to games we've been playing, because you know.
I still haven't finished Majora's Mask, and then there's a bunch of other games I can't name on the top of my head, but Metroid's also one of them, so unfortunately.
I mean, it's still, this category really shows that a 3DS, this is like basically, I think, the last big year for the 3DS. And
yeah, probably.
I still say the 3DS is one of my favorite systems because it has so many good games. Like, even this year, it has so many good games.
Yeah,
like,
it's still alive and kicking, surprisingly.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think this is the last year Nintendo's really going to give the full support of it and move on to the Switch.
Yeah, but I feel like next year, if they're going to show 3DS support, it's going to be like very few titles and far in between. Because like at this point, the 3DS library is like massive, you know?
Yeah, you have a lot to pick from. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good category, though, but I'll probably say Fire Emblem because I I'm playing it right now. It's like really good. So
Yeah, it could go to any of these games, any of the RPGs, I would say.
Yeah.
Yoshi's Woolly World, I don't think would win it at all.
Yeah, that was just there.
I don't think Samus Returns would, but it could, just because it's like, yo, Metroid comes back or whatever, like that could definitely be on people's mind.
It's either between Metroid and Fire Emblem, I think.
Yeah, but
probably Metroid.
Ever Oasis could definitely come out of the blue and be like, hey.
Yeah, that game was good. I played the demo of it. It's pretty good. So.
All right, so best VR/AR game. So pretty much best game within VR. So we got Superhot, Star Trek, Lone Echo, Farpoint, and Resident Evil 7.
I'd probably say Star Trek just because that's the only actual VR game in here. The other ones are just like ports of like games on VR.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people say Star Trek really provides that really good VR experience, where it's like, oh, I'm a Star Trek boy or whatever. And while like Resident Evil 7 on VR was really cool because I saw like Jerma play it and it was like really funny to watch him like freak out. I also heard Super Hot VR.
Yeah, Super Hot VR is also pretty good. I heard because like it's like a different game almost.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think Star Trek might win because I think
Star Trek might win it, but just from what I've seen and witnessed, I feel like Resident Evil could win it as well. So
yeah, it could win it. Yeah. Best action game. All right, this is where we get kind of general because I hate when the games do like just best action game.
Yeah, best action game.
Like I don't know what you mean by that, but
Prey, Neo.
Yeah,
Destiny
that game looks
2,
great too. Like
Cuphead,
again, other good games.
Yeah.
So for this, I don't really know because it's such a general topic.
It's a very general topic. They might just hand it to Prey. I don't even know.
I think Prey is more like horror though. Like it has action in it, but it's like it's still more horror. I don't know. Maybe Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah, Wolfenstein 2 could win it as well.
Neo's like good. Destiny
Neo's
2,
good.
Cuphead.
Yeah, this is a very general topic, so it's definitely up in the air on exactly who would win, but just from experience, Cuphead, in my opinion.
Yeah. And then like best action adventure game. Like, come on. Like I guess Zelda.
Next one, best action adventure game. Woohoo! Uncharted, Assassin's Creed, Zelda, Mario, Horizon. Shit.
I'll probably say Zelda.
Idea. Yeah, it could definitely be Zelda.
That fits the that action adventure thing pretty well.
I don't think Mario's action adventure. I think that's just a platformer, but
that's just a platformer. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Horizon could definitely take it as well, but anyways, best RPG.
You know what I'm gonna say anyways is Persona 5.
What, the Fractured Butthole or Persona?
Persona 5, man. Like South Park is really good. Like I think that was a good sequel, but Persona 5, that's gonna win.
Yeah,
it has to.
Just looking at all of these, Final Fantasy, I don't know. I feel like that
15
was...
15 was good. It was just like sort of like a mess story-wise. Divinity Original Sin 2 was like really good too. Another game I really want to play. But I don't know, Persona 5, man, like that's for me.
Yeah, because like out of all of these RPGs, I feel like Persona 5 just got the most praise and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Best fighting game, Tekken 7, Nidhogg. Yep, and ARMS is here. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Injustice 2.
I heard Tekken 7 was probably the best one here. I think Tekken 7 got a lot of praise. I think.
I'm ignorant in fighting games, so ARMS is definitely not gonna win. 100% not gonna win.
ARMS cannot win because that's
Tekken 7, Injustice, and Marvel. I feel like because like Nidhogg's not really a fighting game; it's like a joke fighting game almost.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, just because of like it's not like a traditional fighting game. I'll put it at that. Yeah. So, I mean, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, like gameplay wise, it looks good, but like graphically, it just looks pretty bad.
Yeah, it looks like Garbo.
So in my opinion, it's a toss up between Injustice and Tekken 7. But I don't know much about these two games, so.
Yeah, I think Tekken 7 maybe, because I think Tekken 7 was just all around good, I heard, so. I don't know. Again, I'm not a big fighter guy either, so.
Yeah, so. Best family game, so a game that you could play with your family.
Mario Kart.
Yeah,
probably gonna win.
I was also going to say Mario Kart because, trying to get your, little cousin to play Sonic Mania might be a little difficult when you could just put him on Mario Kart and all they has to do is go straight. you know.
Yeah. So
Mario Rabbids being here, I mean, I guess Splatoon 2 is fine as well, but I feel like out of all of these, you know, Mario Kart 8 is definitely the most popular among families.
yeah, that's basically gonna win. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Best strategy game. There was actually a lot of good strategy games this year.
Yeah.
Too. I'll probably say XCOM 2 would have chosen because I played it and it was like really really good. It really made that game great. I heard Total War Warhammer 2 was really good. Tooth and Tail was also good. Mario plus Rabbids was actually really good. Like again, it was just XCOM except just focus more on flanking instead of like hiding out. And again, I'm probably gonna buy that game on Black Friday maybe, and I'll probably give my opinion on it later. But yeah, it's like good year for strategy games. And Halo Wars 2, I heard it was
Halo Wars 2 I heard was pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big strategy gamer, but I'm gonna give it to XCOM 2 or Mario Rabbids in my opinion. I heard Total War was pretty good, but I don't know exactly how that game works. So
it's like Civ, but like more fighting.
Okay. All right.
It's basically how to describe it. All right, best sports racing game. I don't really care.
We could skip this. Yeah. We could just skip this.
Best multiplayer game.
Why is Mario Kart here?
I mean, I'll definitely. Like, I actually had a lot of fun with Fortnite recently.
Yeah, same. I had so much fun with Fortnite recently as well. But I feel like PUBG's gonna win it, man.
PUBG's gonna win it probably. Destiny 2 is pretty good, but Splatoon 2 is also really good. But I think it's gonna be Fortnite. But I know PUBG is probably gonna win.
I would love Fortnite to win just because we've played it. But looking at this category, when you just see PUBG there, it's like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, PUBG's probably gonna win. Yeah.
Yeah. Most anticipated game presented by McCafe. That's a pretty good sponsor.
Yeah, nice. All right, random.
Last of Us Part 2, Red Dead, Monster Hunter Worlds, Marvel's Spider-Man, and God of War.
I think Red Dead 2 is probably gonna win.
Yeah, it definitely could, but I feel like The Last of Us hype's too strong.
That's true. I think because it's like Red Dead 2 is just like a sequel that people didn't think was gonna happen till like right now. So like I don't know. I think that might win, but for me it's like Spider-Man and Monster Hunter World. But Monster Hunter World is coming out like literally 2 months, so it's like it's not much to anticipate. Spider-Man's coming out later, so it's probably for me it's Spider-Man. But
yeah, in my opinion it's Spider-Man, but I feel like who's gonna win is gonna be The Last of Us. It could be Red Dead.
I think it might be Red Dead for me, but we have to see.
We'll just move on. Best indie game. This is so rigged.
Yeah,
this is so fucking rigged. I'm like looking at this. I'm like, wow, dude, look at all these. Oh, okay, it's Cuphead.
Yeah, I'll say Cuphead.
Yeah, I feel like Cuphead's gonna win this just because of how much attention this game got. Cause like I don't know much about any of these other games. Cause
Pyre was the dudes who made Bastion and Trendsetter. Okay. Nine in the Woods again was good. Hellblade and The Edith Finch was also a good game. But Cuphead is great. Like I love that game.
Yeah. So best student game. I don't think we know any of these, so
we'll
just skip it. Trending gamer. Whoa.
Oh boy, I don't know. All I know is Dr. Disrespect, and that's it.
Just a bunch of dudes and a girl. I think she was on Kind of Funny a couple times. I think she's working for them right now. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, I don't know any of these other guys except for Dr. Disrespect. I feel like it's gonna be Dr. Disrespect though, just because of how much of an impact he's made just recently of his streaming and stuff and his personality stream and everything. So
yeah,
he'll probably win it. Best esports game: League of Legends, Rocket League, Dota 2, Counter Strike, and Overwatch. I feel like it's gonna be Counter Strike. But
it might be Counter-Strike because I know MOBAs have been going down a little bit in terms of like players. I know there was a thing on our gaming where it's like the Dota 2 player base in like EU dropped by like 50% or something.
So probably because of PUBG or some shit.
Yeah, because I think people like MOBAs have been a main thing for like a few years. So I think it's starting to like not die, but just starting to dwindle a little bit.
Just go down, yeah.
Because battle royale games. So.
Mm-hmm. I feel like best esports game out of all these, it's gonna be a toss up between Counter Strike and maybe Overwatch.
I think they've done a little more to improve the spectating for Overwatch, but
like even then, I heard it's still like a clusterfuck to watch.
Yeah, like obviously, I all these games I really like Overwatch and play it competitively. Well, I used to, like last season, but like it's. I don't know. It's just kind of a mess to watch, and it's kind of boring to watch actually too. Like I don't know. I'd rather just play it. Like in terms of exciting moments, I think I actually like watching CS:GO.
Yeah, just because like CS:GO, anything can happen really.
And it's pretty quick too. So.
Yeah, it's also pretty quick. So, and since it's so simple, I feel like anyone could watch it. It's just two teams of guys just shooting at each other. So
yeah, you don't have to know
with all of these other games, maybe except for Rocket League, you kind of need to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. To
like enjoy it. So, best esports player. I don't know any of these except for Faker. So
hey, Faker.
I feel like he's not gonna win it. It's probably gonna be like. Maybe the CS:GO or Dota 2 person here. I don't even know how to pronounce their name.
Faker, the playmaker.
Best esports team, Team Liquid, SKT.
What's TSM, man?
Lunantic High, FaZe, and then C9. I have no idea. In terms of this. Probably we just skipped this one too. Best debut indie game. Now, when I first saw this category, I was like, "Yo, you look Hollow Knight, Mr. Shifty, Slime." Oh wait, it's another Cuphead.
And Cuphead, yeah. So I think Cuphead's gonna win, but I think Hollow Knight deserves. I really want to play Hollow Knight as well. But,
yeah.
I think Cuphead may win.
I find it hilarious at Golf Stories here.
Yeah, I mean, Golf Story was really good.
Yeah, I heard Golf Story was pretty good too. So, but I'm just saying.
Mr. Shifty, I think, doesn't belong to be there. But.
Mr. Shifty was good. It's just that it had problems. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, compared to these games, right? It's just
definitely compared to these games, it's like a step below. But
yeah.
As their debut indie game, Team Shifty could definitely, go from here and learn from their mistakes. Because, it's their first indie game, but, it's kind of hard to beat Cuphead when they've been working on this game for so goddamn long, so.
Yeah. And then we got, best Chinese game.
All right, yeah, we're done here.
literally League of Legends clone. You see that, right?
The bottom one, yeah.
Oh my god.
It looks like it's 3v3, though, so. Yeah, but
that's literally the brush.
We don't know these Chinese games, so we're done here.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's get into the games we have been playing recently. I'm gonna start with Damian because I want to talk about Sonic Forces, but in spoiler talk. So
yeah. So
what have you been playing recently, good sir?
Been playing. During the first part of the week, I was playing a lot of Fortnite. I was just doing some solos, just because they updated the game where it has sort of a progression system now. So I'm like, all right, sure, let's check this out. And you just level up and stuff. You get a glider or whatever. And they added some new items, like you could be like a bush or something.
Oh my god, dude! I was a bush in one of my games. It was so funny.
I almost won by using it. I got second place and then died.
I missed half my shots and got my team killed, so don't mind me.
Nice. But I actually think the game works pretty well solo. It's pretty fun. It has that really addictive one more run sort of thing, and that's sort of what gets me because I really like roguelites and stuff, so that one more run thing is very common for me. That's why I have 300 hours in Isaac, so I'm sort of getting that same feeling when playing Fortnite. And it's just fun to get a nice legendary assault rifle and just blast everyone in the face.
Yeah.
And I feel like this game, I know PUBG you just hide a lot. In this game you want to start killing people and stuff because the map's smaller and it's just better to just kill people.
It's more arcadey in that sense as well.
It's more arcadey, and I think I just like that more because I just like getting to the action faster. I don't go into hot areas. I still like to when I drop, I like to go into remote areas still and get my weapons and stuff. But the game is still really fun. I like it a lot. The building aspect is actually getting a little more natural to me. I could sort of make a fort pretty quickly. You'll see a lot of top players or good players build a square around them and then a stairs in front of them and then just go up it and then shoot someone and then go back down. Yeah.
My brother did that a lot because he watches videos of how to get good at Fortnite or whatever. So
yeah, so that's I've been trying to do that. It's still a little difficult for me, but I think I could sort of do it. But I don't know. I think the game is really fun. Obviously it's trying to make itself different from PUBG being more silly. That's why they added the whole bush thing and you could surf on rockets. They didn't patch that out because they said they liked it. So it's all right.
I saw a Twitch clip of that. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and that's really cool. I really like that the game is going more silly, and I like that more than the super ultra seriousness of PUBG and stuff. But yeah, I've been enjoying it a lot. I think I have 5 hours now. I played a bit of it. It's pretty fun. I like it. And besides that, I've been playing Fire Emblem Warriors, which came out. Oh wait, I finished Mario Odyssey. I should probably talk about that.
Yeah, I guess we could talk about that. So How am I gonna do this? So it's gonna be spoiler talk, pretty much. From now
Actually,
up until.
wait.
Or
I should talk about the other stuff, and then I'll talk about
yeah,
Odyssey.
yeah. So yeah,
Right, yeah.
we'll do that.
Just
So
came back. Yeah, okay. All right, so let me talk about Fire Emblem Warriors real quick because that game is good. This game I think went under the radar for a lot of people because I think it came out a week before Odyssey came out or 2 weeks before Odyssey came out.
Something like that.
So people weren't really paying attention to this game because they're like saving up for Odyssey, and me too. I really did not care about Warriors until like a week ago. So I just bought it because I'm like, I beat Odyssey. I got a few more stuff to do in that game, but then I'm basically done. So I might as well just get this game. And it's really good. It's just like Hyrule Warriors, but they just add a bunch of like Fire Emblem stuff to it. Like you could, sort of control your units to do whatever. You could, there's the weapon triangle in that game, and stuff like that. So like, sword users are good against axe users, and axe users are good against like spears, and spears are good against swords. And there's like magic and stuff. The only thing I was really concerned about that game was everyone was talking about the roster. I didn't really care. It was mostly from Fates and Awakening because those were the games I know anyway, so I didn't really care. Mm-hmm. But I mostly cared that a lot of people were saying there was a lot of clones. And I actually found out not to be true. Like, only the mounted units are really similar. So there's like 3 Pegasus Knights and they all play the same. And there's like 2 mounted like mages and they both play the same as well. So, but besides that, all the sword users and anyone else plays really differently. And I was really impressed by that. Like Marth, I guess Chrom and Lucina are basically the same, but you kind of expected that anyway. But
yeah.
but besides that, like from like Lyn to Corrin, like they both play it completely differently. So it's really good. And besides that, the whole post game is a lot better because the Zelda game had like those little Hyrule maps that you could do, and they had like puzzles in it, but it was like really cryptic and like really stupid. This game just takes like sort of like a Fire Emblem like sort of like board, and then you just move into an enemy and like attack it, and then you just start a battle, and that just works better. So you can just like play more, like you don't have to do this cryptic puzzle stuff, mm-hmm. and you just play more maps. There's like 5 like more maps after the main story, and it has like a lot of content. Like I have like 30 hours in the game I think already, and I'm not even like close to like done with all that stuff. So it has a lot of content in it, and it's like really fun. Like I just like it a lot. It surprised me. I would say Hyrule Warriors had a better character roster in terms of diversity because I had like crazy characters like Tingle and stuff. Yeah. But this game definitely has a lot more like strategy and stuff, or where you put your like other units and stuff. So I do appreciate that because I know Warriors games mostly just button mash.
Yeah, you just kill everything in front of you.
And while that's still true, in this game, you still gotta be pretty concerned about your other units and where they are and where to defend and attack and stuff. So that adds a nice little strategy element, which is nice, and the whole weapon triangle thing. Oh yeah, you can also like pair up units with each other, so you got 2 units with you at the same time. So you could like sort of like do dual attacks and like dual specials and stuff, and you can switch between the 2 characters at any time, which makes it easier for the whole weapon triangle system. So if you have like a sword user and a spear user, you can like switch if you need to like change against the enemy. So yeah, it's really good. I like it a lot. I think people should pick it up because it's great. I mean, I like Hyrule Warriors a lot too. I know Dynasty Warrior games aren't for everyone, but I certainly like them a lot. And I think the post game just being more easy to understand just makes me more hooked on it. Because I would have played a lot more Hyrule Warriors if I actually understand what the hell was going on after I beat the game. So yeah, I'm glad it's like that. It's great. I like it a lot. And the game that looks fantastic. And it plays really well portably too. Okay. And I've also been playing, since I was in the Fire Emblem mood, I got the 3DS game, the new 3DS game, Shadows of Valentia. Uh-huh. And I think I only have 10 hours in it right now, but it's really good. Everything is voice acted, like it's insane, and the voice acting isn't bad. Like it's actually pretty good. Like it's like some characters are a little like passable, but it's nothing like terrible. So like I'm happy about that. The gameplay is very is a lot different. Like there is no weapon triangle in this game. When you use magic, it like takes help from your mages, so like mages aren't like overpowered like they were in like Awakening or Fates. It just makes you like use terrain bonuses and stuff way more than it did before. They just it makes subtle things a lot more important, like positioning and like using that terrain bonuses and stuff like that, and using like bows against like flyers and stuff like way more important. And I like that because it adds that subtlety. Unlike where Awakening and Fates was just like, yeah, just use like a sword against an axe and you just win. So I do like it is a lot harder too. Like I feel like I miss a lot more too. Like I feel like it feels like XCOM up in here where I just miss every fucking like shot. But besides that, it's like it's really good. There's no waifu stuff, so I know people will be happy about that. There's still like support conversations, but you have to do it like in the battle, and I don't think you can marry anyone, obviously. But yeah, it's just great. I'm liking it a lot. I can't really say much because I only played like 10 hours, but it's really fun right now. I like it a lot. And it's a lot better than Fates, because Fates was improved a lot of the gameplay from Awakening. The story was just horrible. Like, I hated it.
Yeah.
The story in this game is a lot better. Like I'm actually invested in it. And Fates was just like, and it went way too far with the waifu stuff, and it went way too far with a lot of stuff. So, but yeah, I guess we could talk about Odyssey now.
All right, so from this point up until the timestamp on your screen right now, we're going to be talking about Odyssey spoilers. So you don't want to be spoiled from Odyssey still. Just skip to that point of the video. So yeah, Odyssey. What'd you think of the post game? Were you surprised that was there, the Mushroom Kingdom and everything?
Yes, I mean, I knew the Mushroom Kingdom was there because obviously there was a lot of spoilers going around, and I accidentally saw like a thumbnail. I'm like, no. But, yeah, so I knew the Mushroom Kingdom was coming. I just didn't know when. So when we finally got there, and when you got a power moon, but it was like a power star, I was like, this is great. And it plays like the Mario 64 noise. I got like super. I got happy. I'm like, that's great. I love it. There's just a lot of nice surprise. Even the whole like final boss. Like, what even happened there? Like, you just take control of Bowser, like, you, like, it plays, like, this weird, like,
oh, yeah, taking control
song.
Of Bowser, I was like, what the hell is going on? I actually died at that part, like, several times, because I'm, like, pretty bad.
I didn't, because I didn't want to ruin the moment.
Yeah.
But, it was just, like, the whole final part where it's, like, the music is playing. I'm like, this is, like,
that
Sonic.
Music.
This is Sonic 06 if it was, like, good. Like, I don't understand what's going on. But that whole part made me happy. But the whole post-game stuff, it just adds a bunch of new, like, moons and stuff. And I think you go to, like, the dark side of the moon. I still haven't done that yet.
Yeah, once you get a certain amount of moons, you could go to the dark side. I haven't gone there yet because I'm, trying to go through each kingdom in order to go and finish the game again. But, yeah, I was just, like, when they showed the Mushroom Kingdom, I was like, holy shit, like, they actually did it. And then the 64 outfit, I had that outfit on for, like, 2 to 3 hours before I was like, all right, now I'm tired of it. But
I still have it on.
Yeah, I was just like exploring the Mushroom Kingdom for like a while, like just trying to get everything. I think I got everything, but yeah, I was just having so much fun just doing that because it's pretty much like what if they just decided to remake only 64 but within Odyssey setting. So it was definitely very nice. Did you get to Yoshi yet in the Mushroom Kingdom?
I haven't, but I've seen Yoshi. Like, you take control of him and you start, like, using your tongue and crap. Like,
to go and get apples or whatever. Yeah, it's definitely a very fun part of the Mushroom Kingdom. But, yeah, what was, like, your favorite kingdom overall? I know that, like, Metro Kingdom's, like, everyone's, but, like, other than that. Like,
I actually really like the Bowser Kingdom, like the whole like weird weeby one where it's all like samurai stuff.
Like the one right before the Moon Kingdom.
Yeah,
I
actually like that one a lot.
I like that one too, just because of the bird that you get to take control of. That bird is really so fun. Good. Yeah, it was very, very fun to go and take control of him.
Yes, I really like that bird.
The Moon Kingdom was definitely very interesting for me, just because of like the gravity and stuff, and like what you can do with Mario's height.
Yeah, it was really cool with the gravity, and I like that the purple coins were the star bits. That was cool.
Yeah, that was definitely very much of a throwback to Mario's Galaxy.
But besides that, the game was just great. Like, I think the game really opens up after you beat it, and I feel like,
definitely.
I think if you are playing the game, I think you should just like beat through the main story and then go back and get all the stars, since all like those metal boxes open and then more stars
pop up, because like trying to go and get
up.
all of the moons to begin with after like you finish the level or whatever, I feel like is kind of a waste of time, because you're gonna go back there anyway. So
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be happy once I get 500 moons, because at 500 I think you unlock like the ultimate challenge, where it's like basically like a really hard platforming section with like no checkpoints. So like, they did that in Galaxy 2, so I believe that's what happens at 500.
I like those. Those are pretty fun.
So once I get up to that, I'm basically done with that game. But But yeah, it's great. Like I love it a lot. Like I wasn't even sure about the game until New Donk. That's when the game really made me happy. And
Oh
then
yeah,
throughout,
that final part in the Metro Kingdom, I was like, holy shit, this is so
that final
good.
part was so good. Like that
Yeah,
was amazing.
the music when you were just like going through it as like freaking 8-bit, yeah, that was just like really really fun.
Yeah, that was amazing. I love that part. The game is just great.
Yeah. So, is that it you've been playing recently, Damian?
Yes, that is it.
All right, so I guess I'll get into the stuff I've been playing. So, first up, League of Legends, mainly because they are in the preseason of Season 8. There's new runes, so like everything's untested, broken, all this stuff. The main thing that's like taken everyone by surprise is Kleptocy on Ezreal. So pretty much when you get a auto attack or a on-hit ability, I believe, you get like random things in your item slots. So like you could get like green wards, mana pots, red pots that are like not even in the game anymore.
Wait, really?
Yeah, so it's definitely messed up because when you're laning against it, it feels like a sort of RNG thing going on because he could just get a red pot and then you'll just lose the 2v2 or like a mana pot and then like he'll just get mana back or whatever. So like that's definitely something that they're probably going to look at. Another thing that's popped up is that one of the runes, because now they've combined runes and masteries together, so now like runes are free and like you can make as many rune pages as you want.
Oh, that's nice.
One of the points in the rune page is that if you have overcapped CDR, you get adaptive damage. So that pretty much means if you have more AD than AP, you get AD damage. If you have more AP than AD, you get more AP damage. So like what people are doing is that they're stacking Black Cleavers because
right.
The CDR on Black Cleaver is not unique. So like they'll just be really tanky in health. And then they'll just have a lot of damage because of the extra CDR from that rune overcaps into more damage. So I'm not exactly sure if they're gonna change it to unique 20% CDR because then at that point it just renders it useless. I hope they do that just because some people are saying that it's not all that great, but I feel like that it's pretty damn good on certain champions. But the support role. What about
the new champion that is
Zoe? She's not out yet. But,
she's not out yet. Okay.
In my opinion, Zoe looks pretty good.
But that's her W to like steal a summoner?
Yeah, something like that.
That seems a little broken, doesn't it?
I mean, yeah, because like her chase potential is just like too strong. But like, when she uses her ult, like she's definitely in a vulnerable spot. So if you could just catch her out when she goes back to that other ulti spot, because like her ult's on a very low cooldown. It's sort of like Hasten, where it's like you pop in one spot, but this time you go back, so it's not like Hasten.
Yeah.
In that sense, but yeah, Zoe, when she comes out, she's definitely going to be very interesting to see on how she plays out. But for support role, you don't do Arden Rush, but some people still do, so I kind of have to match it sometimes, and it's really annoying. But overall, like you don't have coin, you're not like a coin collector anymore trying to rush Arden, so that's very good. Some of the tank supports are really, really good, like Leona with one of the new Keystones Overshock. When you do a CC ability, after a couple seconds, like a shockwave happens around you and it slows them and does damage. So like with Leona, when you go in and you have W and that, it just does so much on like squishy supports. So she's been a prominent pick. Rakan could use Aftershock pretty well. Thresh could use it okay. I think Thresh is not really in meta. Like he's still a good champion. Like there's no point within the game where he's not. But like compared to like other supports, I feel like that he's just not as strong. Heal supports are still good in some regards because of Aerie, this new rune thing. Pretty much it's like Thunderlords and Windspeakers combined, but weaker. So it's kind of good. Some people are saying that it's broken or whatever. I don't think so. But we'll just have to go and wait and see on everything else. Because like some people are still trying things out. Like there's a rune where you get increased move speed on like your boots or whatever. So like some people are trying that out with Blitzcrank. I think it's pretty bad because you have to go into like a much more damage heavy rune tree or whatever. Yeah. So I think that's pretty bad, but some people are still trying it or whatever, so they'll do what they want to do. But yeah, this preseason is definitely very interesting, just because this is like the biggest change the league has had in a very long time. Because I don't even know what they did for last preseason. I think they just like changed the masteries or whatever. I don't even think they did that either. I have no idea. But yeah, this is definitely the most change that league has done in a very long time. Other games I've been playing, obviously Fortnite. Me and Louis, when we were doing, we actually won a game because he like clutched it out.
That's nice.
What happened was I would always die like very early on.
Yeah.
So like he would be like by himself, and like this one match he like clutched it out, and I was like, well, let's go. So and then we played squad with my brother, and some games were like pretty troll. Like we were like, "All right, Tevin, when are we gonna drop it?" And he's like, "Now." I'm like, "Wait a minute, this is like a heavy populated area, so like we just have like certain people just like mainly me getting the shit kicked out of myself from like people with like the pickaxe. I'm like, guys, help! I need help."
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times where I just destroy someone with a pickaxe.
Yeah, it's actually just like really, really funny because like some people who play squad are playing solo, so it's like, wait, that guy just died. Was he just playing by himself in this game mode where it's like, not supposed to be solo?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he misclicked. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Fortnite's definitely still very fun. We got in like top 5 sometimes within squad, because like it's definitely very hard, because like some people have like a lot of good friends who are good at the game, and obviously I'm not one of those good friends. So but it's just a very fun game to just like chill, relax, and just keep playing one more round, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's really fun. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Obviously Mario Odyssey, we already talked about that, and then now I'm going to talk about Sonic Forces, because I think that's the only other game I've been playing as far as I know.
Boy.
So
right.
I'm going to be talking about spoilers to those who don't want to be spoiled for the story. Just don't listen to what I'm saying, because yeah, I'm going to be spoiling it. So Sonic Forces, I did a full game review on it. So my opinion on the game is that it's a huge step back from Sonic Generations in terms of story, in terms of gameplay, in terms of all that. So let me talk about the story first, because that's like the most polarizing fact that I hate about this game, is how bad the story is. So with the way they were hyping this game up, how they were building it up, was that this new character, Infinite, and Eggman has already won. Like Sonic and the Resistance and his friends or whatever have to go and stop Eggman, because he's already won. He's taken over most of the world. So I was like, oh, okay, this is a very interesting story. This is a very dark, edgy story that they haven't done in a while, since like Unleash or even 06. So when they execute it, it's really bad. So like the first 5 minutes of the game, we see Sonic getting his ass kicked. And then they fast forward 6 months, and I knew this game was bad once they did that, because the way they did it was with a black screen and white text. And I'm like, yes. Are you serious?
I saw that. I'm like, that looks so bad.
They actually did that, and I was like, okay, so we're fast forwarding 6 months, but it doesn't feel like 6 months, So like they do that, and then we see the team with like Silver, Knuckles being the leader, the Chaotix crew, Amy. And then it's like, Sonic's been missing, or like they think he's dead for like 6 months. And then they say like Tails has lost it. But like the next scene we see with Tails is like he's fine.
Also, when the Chaos attacks Tails, that's the only time you see Chaos in the whole game, right?
Yes.
That's so dumb.
That was the most disappointing aspect with Chaos in this game, because they bring back an old school villain like that, and they don't even have a boss fight with him. Like, I get that, like, classic Sonic bopped him on the head, but like you couldn't have a boss fight with him instead of like having to fight Infinite like 3 times or whatever. Like God. It was just very confusing to me. Like their utilization of these villains was definitely very underused. Like Shadow, the Shadow clone or whatever, because later on it's revealed to be all of those villains that are not Infinite are just like holograms or whatever, just like clones basically. So yeah. Shadow just like bops him on the head, and then that's it. Like we couldn't have like at least a boss fight with modern Sonic and Shadow like we did in Generations. Maybe something similar to that, I don't know. But yeah, it was just very disappointing on how they use the villains. But going back to like the story, so they think Sonic's dead, and then your new custom character comes in, and then it's like, hey guys, we found Sonic, and he's been tortured for 6 months. And I'm like, holy shit, guys, like what? Like they're saying torture for 6 months in a Sonic game, and then and then we see Sonic in his jail cell. He's making jokes. It looks like he hasn't been tortured for 6 months, and they just fast forward time for fast forwarding time, basically.
Yeah.
And then, like, after you defeat Zavik, Sonic says, next time bring some chili dogs. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you're like, these tonal differences, they may not seem like a lot, but when you're having a story like this with Eggman winning against Sonic's crew, and you have this kind of writing and tone, it just makes me question what they were trying to do with this game. It's like they wanted to have, I said this in my review, they wanted to have a story like the adventure titles, but at the same time have a story like Colors, you know?
Yeah.
It's very confusing on what they were trying to do with the story. Also, Classic Sonic, once again, mentioned this in my review, but Classic Sonic is fucking useless. He has no point or business being in this game. It could have easily just been, you know, every Sonic fan's dream of having your custom character and Sonic, and that's it. But Classic Sonic's in here because they wanted to have him in here. I don't know why. The way he's thrust into the story, I said this in my video as well, but I didn't say on how he entered and got out. So pretty much, now Classic Sonic is from another dimension instead of being from another time, which I'm fine with. I'm like, all right, whatever, you know, they're going to retcon generations, whatever, I don't care. So they say that he's from another dimension, and then Tails explains on how, like, they could get him back to his old time, but at the end of the game, do you know what happens with Classic Sonic?
No, what happens?
He fucking disappears. Like, he starts fading. He starts fading. I'm like, what the fuck? You actually got him out of the story like that? They explain how they wanted to get him out of the story with Tails, and then they just don't do it that way at all. I'm like, what? It's like with Future Trunks, you know, in like Dragon Ball Z, where he like has to go into like his little ship and like go back to his time. Just imagine, instead of doing that, he just fucking fades.
Dude. These people need to. This actually sounds like a mess. Like I'm watching a playthrough right now, and I'm probably gonna get up to these points soon. But like, oh my god, this sounds like garbage.
And then the custom character. All right, so they wanted to add the custom character as well, right? Which is fine because, you know, almost like half the Sonic fan base has made their own custom character. I haven't, but, you know, a lot of people have. So they add this element in, and I'm like, okay, it's fine, you know, story-wise, you know, he kind of fits within the story because it's like a super dark, edgy backstory with him, like, having to fight Infinite, and then Infinite lets him run off and, you know, scram or whatever. So now he joins the Resistance, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. And then gameplay wise, it's just like, I don't care for these levels. Like, I honestly don't care about the custom character stages. And like, even the stages themselves, like all of the stages, they're relatively short. None of them hit that 5-minute mark at all. Most of them are like 2 to 3 minutes, which is very sad because, like, the way Johnny in his video describes it is that these videos start to get going and then it ends.
Yeah, then it ends.
Which I definitely can relate to that because I'm like, man, that, you know, Modern Sonic level was decent and then it just ended, you know. And like the level design too, it's so fucking bad. It's like ridiculously bad that like Gerard the completionist, he posted a video on Twitter with him just holding square and just like waving the PlayStation 4 control. I'm like, yep, that's pretty much the level design in this game.
That's so sad, man.
Yeah, and like a lot of people are saying, well, you know, it's like a new team or whatever. You know, most of these people who worked on this game, you know, haven't worked on a Sonic game before. Whatever. Like, you're hiring these people who never worked on a Sonic game. How did those people who worked on Generations and Colors and all of those other good Sonic games leave? Why did they leave? And you hire these new people who don't know what the hell they're doing. It's like, why? But yeah, like in Classic Sonic's gameplay, a lot of people said that Classic Sonic's gameplay was really bad. I said in my video, I was like, he's not that bad. I didn't see the complaints, but people are saying, you know, like, the physics are weird. Obviously, when you're going from Mania to this game, it's definitely going to be very obvious, but personally, I just found it to be, you know, more Classic Sonic, but like, it wasn't even that interesting to play as Classic Sonic either. Like I said, he has no business being in this game. They just wanted to throw all of these elements into this game and see how it would work. Like, we want to have a sort of Generation sequel, so let's throw Classic Sonic in there. We want to have a very dark and edgy story with Infinite and Eggman taking over the world, and we also want to have this custom character. It's like, why do you put all these things in here?
It's classic. It's like that's like a classic Sonic mistake. Like not, no, I'm not talking about classic Sonic, but I'm talking about just
like an old school like Sonic Team mistake for them to do.
Adding a bunch of stuff that doesn't work and just putting it in anyway and just hoping it will. Like that, that's what every bad Sonic game like falls into, is like adding all these things that don't work together and then just hoping it would work, but it just doesn't in the end. So
one thing that doesn't help with this game is the fact that they did this story before in the comic books, and the comic books obviously did it a lot better. But when they do it in a game like this, also the game being short doesn't help either. When you have a game like this where it's like, yo, man, you know, like Eggman's taking over the world and everything, and it's only like 3 hours long, it's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, you guys have been working on this game since Lost World's end of development, and you only got 3 hours. Like, what happened? Did you guys like scrap a bunch of stuff? Like,
they probably did. Like, they probably
most
just scrapped,
likely. Like, I don't know what the hell happened with the development for this game, because I feel like that this game could have been really good, but like, it just disappointed to everyone's expectations, and it's really sad because I wanted this game to be at least decent, but I really can't say that. And to those who have enjoyed this game, props to you. Personally, I can see some enjoyment within this game. When I'm going back into certain levels and like trying to get S ranks, I do have some fun. I'm not gonna lie, but like just playing through the game the first time, it just feels really bad. Like one of the worst Sonic games in a while, from Sonic Team. And I said this in my video once again, when I rank it amongst Unleashed, Generations, and Colors, this is dead last. Forces is dead last, and people are saying that like Forces is better than Unleashed. I mean, like, at least with Unleashed, you know, the Werehog sections, like there was a comment on my video that said Forces was a lot better than Unleashed or something like that. But my argument to that is that at least within Unleashed, the Werehog sections, they were actually good. And
yeah, I like the Werehog.
Well, not like good. I mean, like they actually worked. You know, like they were actually fleshed out in some regards. You know, everyone's gonna have their own opinion on Sonic Unleashed because, you know, it's a very polarizing game because, you know, half the game's good, but half of the other half is bad to some people. But personally, I liked Unleashed. I liked playing as a Werehog. I liked, you know, doing the combos and stuff like that because it actually felt good to do. In this game, playing the custom character level, I'm just like, it's just like 3 minutes of wasted time here. And, you know, the classic Sonic levels, the level design does not help them at all. And then, you know, some people complaining about the physics of them and stuff like that, which I didn't feel within my initial playthrough. Maybe if I go back, I'll probably notice it. But yeah, Sonic Forces is just a mess of a game, and I don't understand how they took so long to work on this game and to come up with this. You know?
Yeah.
And like a lot of people are questioning, where is Sonic Team gonna go with Sonic now? And I might make a video about it, but what I want them to do is maybe go back to the adventure formula, maybe one more try at the boost gameplay. I have no idea what they're going to try to do with Sonic, just because, you know, they got pooped on by Mania now, and now we just don't know where they're going to go from here. And one thing that I wanted to go and talk about here briefly is the Twitch streamer who beat Sonic Forces on stream and requested a refund live. But the way he did it was that he lied in his refund policy or whatever.
Oh, no.
So, like, I think if I open it up, he says, "Hello, I thought this was a different Sonic game, and I meant to buy another one." But he obviously lied.
Right.
So...
Did you get banned?
I don't think he got banned, but, like, you know Aaron Weber, he's, like, the main guy for the Sonic Twitter. Yeah. He sort of, like, spoke out on this. He's like, I don't care whether you like the game or not, but, like, doing this move, saying it on stream as well, and lying about it is sort of just, like... you're kind of boxing yourself in a really bad situation, you know?
Yeah, no,
and
some
people are trying to defend him. It's like, oh, you know, it's his, you know, right to do that within Steam's policy. But he's played the game for more than 2 hours, and then on top of that, he lied about the refund.
Yeah,
so
he shouldn't get a refund. You know, it's just a little...
Yeah, but he got it, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Well,
but
yeah, because he's a streamer.
Because, like, also, doing this for every single game that you buy on Steam hurts a lot of developers, especially short games. You know, because if you do that to like a game that's like 1.5 hours and you refund it, you're just hurting the developers. And I hope that this news and like this article pretty much demonstrates that you shouldn't be doing this because this hurts developers. Despite Sonic Team being a big developer as they are, you know, with Sega and everything, even then, like, it just hurts them.
Yeah.
because some people will try to emulate this, and some other people will, try to go and do the same thing that he did, because, hey, he got popular, and, he probably got a lot of followers on his Twitch channel. I'm probably, right about that, but, just doing a stunt like this, I feel like isn't right.
Yeah, no, that's really scummy. Like, I know, like, the game wasn't... I mean, at least be straight up, like, with the Steam thing. Just be like, yo, this game sucks. I want a refund. Like, don't just be like, oh...
Instead of just lying about it. Like, I thought this was a different Sonic game.
Yeah, like, that's just a little scummy, but...
Yeah. All right. So that's my rant about Sonic Forces. I wanted to talk about that for a while just because I couldn't say it in my review on how Chaos was not utilized, and, classic Sonic just disappeared at the end.
Yeah, that sounds really bad.
All right, so now let's talk about The Walking Dead. So the past 2 episodes. Episode 3 of season 8. It starts off with the guy from season 1, Morales, and he's still threatening Rick and everything. And he's like, you and Negan are like very similar, and like Rick's trying, like we see Rick now, he's trying to like be how do I put this? Not like Jesus, but like to a certain extent.
Oh yeah, like sort of like give some like sympathy to people, but
sort of like try to talk to them, not like outright just like, all right, I see you, I'm gonna shoot you. Like Daryl's been doing the whole time. Yeah. But when Daryl kills him, I'm like, oh shit, man. Like there goes another season 1 character that we don't get to see develop any further. I mean, like he wasn't even developed that much anyways, but I wanted to go and see where his character would have gone, but he just killed him off instantly. So and then there was another part of the story with Eric and Aaron or whatever, where they're the at a different front. Well, we don't know if he died. He kind of just disappeared. I have no idea.
I thought he turned to a walker. I thought he was walking around.
I think that's him, but like the other guy was like, that's not him. That's not him. But I'm like, okay. It could be him. It could not be him. I have no idea if it is him. But when Tara and Jesus get to the hilltop, and what was that guy, the stupid coward who showed up at the hilltop, and then Maggie actually let him in?
The old like mayor guy,
yeah,
right?
Gregory.
Gregory.
Yeah. I was like, are you... This guy actually came back, and then like they obviously questioned him on like why was he why did he come back after he just ratted out the whole group in front of them. And like I was like, oh my god, Maggie, why'd you let him in?
I don't know, just leave him outside, like I don't know.
But like when Tara and Jesus show up with the hilltop, I was like, Jesus Christ, what is...
I know, it's like literally like just kill them, man.
Yeah, like, what are you gonna do? It's so many people, and then the point that Maggie made was that there's children here, we can't have all these murderers in our place. Yeah,
like what are you doing? Why would you take them to your like main base? Like what are you doing? I don't understand.
Also, with the whole like Morgan thing with him like fighting Jesus, I was like, Jesus, oh my god.
that was pretty fun to watch.
But... That was fun to watch, but I'm like, oh my god, is Morgan actually gonna like try to kill Jesus? Like, my god,
you can't kill Jesus.
But yeah, that was definitely a very interesting part of the show. And then the ending of that episode with Ezekiel and his group, like literally almost everyone in his group got shot up. I was like, oh my god.
Oh right, yeah. Then everyone just got shot up because like we won, and then it just got shot up by like people in the windows. Mm-hmm. Which actually leads up to the next episode, which I thought was actually pretty good. Like I actually liked
this
that
was
episode.
Actually a very strong episode because it fleshed out Ezekiel even more. Yeah,
so basically like everyone in the kingdom is basically dead except like Ezekiel and the other dude, like the
Jerry.
Yeah,
Jerry.
So basically like he took all the bullets. He sees all like the kingdom people dead, and he just tries to like basically just get out of there because the people are still there like that shot him up. But I guess they just don't want to waste any more bullets on him, so they kind of just let him go. Except this one dude,
they want him alive. That's what Morales said. They want Rick, the widow, and the king alive, I believe. Okay. Yeah. So that's the reason why that freaking weird dude was like dragging him. He's like, come on, man, let's go. I was like, this guy's like actually really creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He actually looked like just like this most stereotypical nerd in the zombie apocalypse, just there. And he's working for Negan, coincidentally. So, and then that attempt that Ezekiel made to try to like kill him, I was like, all right, At least he tried, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, why don't you like try something? And he did, but you know, obviously it didn't work. So
yeah, because he was already injured from the attack and everything. And then Jerry came out of nowhere and sliced him in half. I was like, Jesus Christ!
Sliced him in half. Yeah. Like, let's go. I'm like, let's go.
That was so just like, what the hell has just happened?
But look. He could cut a man in half with that axe, but he can't cut some rusty chain. Like, are you serious?
That was definitely just like plot armor or some shit.
You know how hard a skull is? Like, that's hard to cut through a human being, and you can't cut through some rusty chain. Like, I got so triggered. I'm like, really? But after that, Carol is like going inside the building.
Oh yeah, Carol, badass. You know.
Yeah, she goes into like badass mode again, and like just shoots everyone up like for killing her friends.
Oh yeah, I was like, is she gonna get caught here? But she was like in the ceiling. I was like, oh, yeah. But like there was still like one guy in there or whatever.
Yeah. There was like a couple guys in there.
Yeah. So. Also, her decision to like leave those last people behind after like she like baited them in to like let her do her thing and like open the gates with the walkers.
Yeah.
Her decision to leave them alive and go for Ezekiel and them was definitely, a showing of, I guess, care for them,
Well,
like,
I think now she like grew to appreciate Ezekiel because they had a lot of like, talks and stuff. So I think she just appreciates him. So she can't just leave them for dead. So
also,
they got a gun.
Also, with the way the episode opens with like Ezekiel, encouraging everyone right before they went into battle, and then it cuts to all of them dead. I was like, Jesus Christ, man, that's so heartbreaking.
Yeah,
and then,
it is pretty sad.
And
then Shiva like dies.
Oh yeah, when Shiva like comes out, I was like, yeah, let's go. And then I'm like, oh no. But I'm pretty sure that happened in the comics, I believe.
It did, yeah. I think she died to the zombies too, yeah.
So yeah. It had to happen, and some people on Twitter were like, "That's what happens when you cost too much."
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm like, you didn't feel like buying, like paying the CGI dude anymore. It says, like, all right, let's just kill her. So,
and then the end of the episode when he just walks back with just him, Jerry, and Carol is like, oh my god, man! Yeah. They know that he fucked up pretty hard. Also, just seeing him as a character, just like I am not your king, like. That nerd dude was definitely like getting to his head like, you are not a king, you're just fooling these people.
Yeah.
And I guess Ezekiel finally just broke down after he's seen what his actions has caused his entire group to die, and now Jerry's still calling him king and he's getting triggered by it. So
yeah, because he's like, I'm not like I'm just a guy.
Yeah, pretty much, who worked at a zoo and then Shiva helped him out or whatever. So
yeah.
But yeah, episode 4 was definitely a lot stronger than episode 3, I think.
Yes, I would say it was actually really good. I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Also with Rick and Daryl, like them getting the guns after the guys who who Carol let live. I guess she knew exactly what was going to happen to them.
Yeah, I guess she knew they were coming. It was a little unclear that she like knew, because she was like, "Oh, don't worry, they won't get away." And then it's like, "Oh, then Rick and
Daryl do their thing."
Get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how she knew that, but all right.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely very interested within the next episode because we get to see Negan again.
Yeah.
Yep. I haven't seen Negan since the season premiere, so
I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah. All right. So, is there anything else you would like to add, Damian?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, so thank you guys for listening to the Two Players Podcast, episode 47, and we will see you guys 2 weeks from now with the next episode.
Later.